St. Lucia in the Caribbean, a place of vibrant culture and island life. But despite the sunshine, there are hidden problems. St. Lucia has one of the highest rates of diabetes in the world. More than 1 in 10 of the adult population are affected.
Diabetes is by far the most common health problem that we have seen in our society. Every year we have an increased number of persons being diagnosed, and we are making an urgent plea that persons become aware of this problem, get tested and get treated to avoid the very serious complications associated with diabetes.
While the majority of people with diabetes are over 50 years old, the disease can strike at any age. And a large proportion of those with diabetes in St. Lucia are young, pregnant women. Pauline is 28 years old and lives with her husband Nicholas and her 3 children in Cicero, St. Lucia.
I have 4 kids. They're lovely. They're fun to be around. Whenever I'm down and they're around, I could never be down. They mean the world to me, and I love them very much.
But Pauline had a difficult time with all 3 pregnancies.
In my first pregnancy, I started putting on a lot of weight. My weight started going up like 10 pounds, 15, 20. So at the end, almost to the end of giving birth, in the first pregnancy, I was like almost 200 pounds.
Because of her sudden weight gain during pregnancy, Pauline was advised to have a blood test to check her blood sugar levels. The blood test confirmed that she had gestational diabetes. So what is gestational diabetes?
Diabetes is a very common medical condition which involves a buildup of sugars in the blood. Gestational diabetes is also diabetes, but it is seen specifically in pregnant women. In other words, it develops only when a lady becomes pregnant.
When you eat starchy foods like bread and rice, cassava and plantain, your digestive system breaks it down into a type of sugar called glucose. The glucose enters your bloodstream, but it is dangerous for it to stay in the blood. Your pancreas, a small organ which contains digestive juices to help break down food, produces a hormone called insulin. Insulin helps the glucose to enter into the body's cells, where it is used as energy by the body. This energy is used for everything we do, from working and thinking to exercising and healing. When your body doesn't produce enough insulin or has become resistant to insulin, the glucose can't get into the cells, so it stays in the bloodstream, leading to health problems. A small number of people have type 1 diabetes, where they can't produce insulin themselves and need insulin injections to stay alive. The rest have either type 2 diabetes or gestational diabetes, where the body has become resistant to insulin. So why are pregnant women more prone to diabetes?
Pregnant women are more prone to diabetes because pregnancy creates a state where there are a lot more hormones available, which makes the blood sugar levels very high. And that is really in preparation for the baby. It's trying to give the baby a lot of sugars. But as a consequence, some women are unable to manage all of that rise in the sugar, and they develop what is called gestational diabetes.
Black women, women who have a family history of diabetes, women who are overweight at the start of the pregnancy, or who put too much weight on during pregnancy, are at particular risk of developing type 2 diabetes and gestational diabetes. So what happens if gestational diabetes is not controlled?
Gestational diabetes has been shown to cause a number of effects on babies. The babies tend to put on a lot of weight. And a big baby means a baby that may have difficulty coming through the birth canal. If the baby has difficulty coming through, it could end up with trauma, as in broken shoulder or possible injury to the brain, or even death in worst case scenarios.
Pauline's first baby was large, at 9 pounds 8 ounces, and she had a difficult delivery. But after the baby was born, her blood sugar levels returned to normal. 3 years later though, when she became pregnant again, the problems re-emerged.
I had to do the glucose test all over again. And yes, there goes gestational diabetes.
And when she became pregnant again, the gestational diabetes returned.
This one was even bigger than the others. He weighed 10 pounds, 6 ounces. Giving birth was even way difficult. The passageway was just not big enough for him, so they had to cut me. So I had stitches, a lot of stitches, both in and out. When he came out, the nurses and the doctors were concerned that he had dislocated his shoulder because he was so big.
In the end, Pauline's baby was born healthy and her blood sugar levels went back to normal. But both she and her children are now at risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life, which could mean serious health problems.
Persons may develop kidney failure, heart attacks, eye problems as in blindness, and very importantly, sores on the feet that are difficult to treat, leading to the leg being amputated.
If you have type 2 diabetes and become pregnant, it can also have a serious effect on your unborn child. Naima is 38 years old and lives in Leclerc, Castries with her 4 children.
My children mean a lot to me right now. I'm the mother, I'm the father. So basically they are the world to me. And I do my best as a single parent. And like a normal mother, I protect them with my life.
Naima had 3 healthy pregnancies. But when she was pregnant with her last child, 20-month-old Alani, things started to go wrong.
When I first found out there was a problem with the pregnancy, it was around 4 to 5 months into my pregnancy. And I was always sick and I was always tired and my feet was swollen. And the doctors were concerned about my weight and my family history about because my mom is diabetic and my sister.
Naima was sent for a blood test to check her blood sugar levels. The test revealed that she had type 2 diabetes, which doctors now suspect was present before she became pregnant.
When I got the results and I was admitted to the hospital, the doctor came and spoke to me and she said that the baby could have been born dead or the baby could have been born with a lot of problems. The doctor said that it could affect me, like I could have lost my toes or my fingers.
Naima was given insulin to control her diabetes and was told to exercise more and improve her diet. But she chose to ignore her doctor's advice.
I never started dieting. I was eating pizza, KFC, macaroni and cheese, lasagna, juice, soft drink. Name it, I was having it. I listened to nothing she had to say because I was feeling myself all right and I was like, what exercise, what diet? But I'm feeling great.
Naima finally started to change her diet 8 months into her pregnancy, but by this point, it was too late. Alani was born with multiple health problems.
She has very short legs and she has 1 kidney and she was born with a cleft palate. They said that she would have had problem walking. She's going to need some speech therapy. Children with cleft palate normally need speech therapy. I felt very bad at the beginning. I felt like I had damaged her in some way and that I was responsible for that. And every time I look at her, I feel like I stole part of her life. Like she's not going to have a normal life like other kids, and that's because of my negligence.
As she has type 2 diabetes, Naima herself is also at risk of developing serious health problems.
The thing that scares me the most is losing my toes and my fingers and losing my kidneys, because I've seen on television people going on dialysis because of losing the kidney, and they say it's because of the diabetes. I know that to myself, that if I had changed my diet and did what I had to do, that things would have turned out better for me.
Diabetes is a serious condition if left untreated. but it can be treated and managed if you get diagnosed early and follow your doctor's advice. It's now 7 months since her son Nai's birth, and Pauline has decided to get her blood sugar levels checked again. So she's made an appointment at a local clinic.
So I'm seeing here that your blood sugar is normal, your blood pressure is normal, but because you had gestational diabetes in your previous pregnancies, that's 3 of them, are you aware that you're at high risk of developing diabetes?
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying.
Can you tell me what you know about diabetes?
I just knew there's a lady by my home, she has it, and then if she get a cut, it takes a long time to heal.
Diabetes affects the entire body. So in the brain, you can develop stroke, it can lead to blindness, you can have heart attacks, affects your heart, or you can have kidney failure. It affects the nerves also. So if you have diabetes uncontrolled after a period of time, you're unable to feel. So you can step on a nail, step on a piece of coal with fire and you'll not feel it. Or you could have a stone in your shoe, be walking all around, damaging your feet, and you won't be able to feel it. So that's why you find a lot of persons with diabetes having what we call amputation, where the leg is being cut off, either through damage or poor circulation.
Women who've had gestational diabetes are 8 times more likely to develop type 2 diabetes later in life compared to women who haven't had diabetes in pregnancy. So Pauline now needs to do everything she can to reduce this risk.
It is a shock to me that I could develop type 2 diabetes. I thought it was just in my pregnancy, but didn't know, not continuing on the diet and exercise, that I could still develop it.
Since giving birth, Pauline has gone back to her old unhealthy diet.
I still eat my fried foods, still eat my junk food, still drink my soft drinks.
But she has now arranged to meet Lisa Hunt, a nutritionist who can advise her on what foods to eat to help control her blood sugar levels.
So Pauline, the reason I brought you here is really to get an idea as to what is it that you normally buy to eat for your diet. So we have a trolley here. We're going to go around the supermarket and you're going to pick what you normally pick on a daily basis.
Okay. This is my juice. Snacks for sure. Chocolate chili, grape flavored, sugar, ice cream, cheese. So this is my regular shopping.
The food items that you have chosen, like white bread, white rice, cornflakes, pasta. These foods are what you call carbohydrates, and they're the refined type. So what it does that it will quickly raise your blood sugar level. And if you have diabetes, these foods are not the best choices. I also see you have this is a soft drink. Soft drink has absolutely no nutritional value and it's extremely high in sugar. The amount of sugar in your foods is very important because more sugar you have, the more your blood sugar will be raised. And I see you have juices that is 100%. Okay, it still has sugar. If you read the label, it's very important that when you're choosing certain foods that you read the label. If this is supposed to be juice, right? The first ingredient is actually water. It has orange juice and sugar. So looking at the foods that you have chosen, you have a lot of bad carbs in there. And these carbohydrates will increase your blood sugar level, and being able to control your blood sugar will be very difficult.
Bad carbs, also known as carbs with a high glycemic index, or GI, a number that indicates the food's effect on a person's blood sugar level, are carbs which raise your blood sugar level really fast. Some examples of these are white pasta, white bread, white rice, high sugar cereals, soft drinks, pastries, and cakes. Good carbs, which have a low glycemic index or GI, are the ones that cause your blood sugar levels to rise slowly. Some examples of these are sweet potatoes, breadfruit, yams, bananas, green figs, oats, whole grain cereals and breads, and farina. So what foods should Pauline buy today?
Okay, so now we are here, we're going to make a whole grain bread instead of white bread. Okay, go ahead, you can pick this one. Right, and I realized that you had no vegetables and fruits, which are very healthy for you. So you can have some bananas. Instead of the white rice and the white pasta, I prefer you to have ground provisions. So you can have some green figs, sweet potatoes. You also have your greens. As vegetable, you have your some lettuce for your salads. So you can get your iron and your calcium from your greens.
Lisa also encourages Pauline to buy more fish.
Fish is very healthy, and it's required that we have fish at least twice for the week.
And she advises her to choose local meats over imported ones, which tend to have more fat.
This local chicken is bred right here. It's leaner, but again, you must ensure that you remove the skin and as much of the visible fat as possible. The important thing is to make sure that you have your 6 food groups. So you're making sure that you have your meat of fish, you have your vegetables, you have your fruits, your peas and beans, and your provisions.
Pauline and Lisa are now ready to go back to Pauline's house to cook a healthy meal with the ingredients they've just bought.
Okay, so we're going to make some fish in Creole sauce, some stir-fry vegetables using carrots, a little kale and green beans, and also a little cabbage, and lentils, as well as some sweet potatoes.
Lisa's first step is to prepare the vegetables for the stir-fry.
I'm using carrot, purple cabbage, some green beans, and some kale, for a bit of variety.
The next stage is to prepare the fish.
Chop in the tomatoes, so that will form the base of your sauce. Instead of using ketchup, you know that St. Lucians, we love to use ketchup, and because ketchup is high in sugar, you do not need to use the ketchup.
Lisa simmers the fish in the pan with the Creole sauce, and 20 minutes later, it's ready for tasting.
So as you can look at the plates, you can see it's almost like you leave a quarter for each serving. So you have your meat or your fish. In that case, it's fish. Then you have your peas, which is legumes. You have your vegetables, and you have your provisions. And we use some oil to prepare. So this is like, right there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the oil, 5 of the food groups.
Pauline can greatly reduce her risk of developing type 2 diabetes if she starts eating healthily. And if she shares her healthy diet with her family, she will also reduce their risk of developing the disease in later life.
It's really good. I think I'm gonna eat like this a little more.
So I know you're new to it, but with a little bit of time and effort, I think you can eat healthier.
Okay.
And it will be good for your health, for yourself, and for your family as well.
I'm going to make the effort to eat like this a little more, because it tastes good, better than I thought, and it's going to keep me away from type 2 diabetes.
But a healthy diet alone is not enough to reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Exercise is also crucial. So Pauline has arranged to meet fitness instructor Andrew Felix, who's going to show her some simple exercises she can do at home.
So what I want you to do is I want you to walk to that tree and come back, okay? And we're going to start off there, yeah? Okay. Just a nice easy walk. Inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth, yeah? Make sure. Yeah, I'm going to roll with you. I'm rolling with you. I'm rolling with you. So it's going to be nice and easy. It's nice and easy. It's nice and easy. So I want you to do is just touch this tree right here. And then we're going to do a slight jog back. Nice and easy. Small strides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go on, hit that tree again. Hit that tree again for me. Hit that tree again for me.
When Pauline was pregnant, she didn't do any exercise because she believed it could be harmful for her and her baby.
When you're pregnant, generally you can exercise. Whether in your 2nd, 3rd trimester, you can exercise. There are exercises that you should avoid, like contact sports, but exercise is not about going to the gym. It's about just keeping your body moving and working all those muscles that you need to lift up a child when it's born. Now we're going to add some weight, we're going to add some fun to the workout now. We're going to add some fun to the workout. Up and down right there, just up and down. There we go, 10 right there, let's go. 10, 9, 8, come on. 7, it's only a water bottle. 6, it's a water bottle, come on. Be creative, get a water bottle, fill it with water, fill it with sand, fill it with stones, fill it with whatever you want to fill it with, and you can use it to work your muscles.
Exercise has been proven to lower blood sugar levels as it makes the body more sensitive to insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar. If Pauline continues with the diet recommended to her by Lisa and the exercises that Andrew has shown her, she will greatly reduce her risk of developing type 2 diabetes.
If doing exercise like this keeps me away from getting type 2 diabetes, I will do more of it. I'm looking forward to doing more exercise like this.
Simple lifestyle changes can significantly reduce the risk of diabetes. Eating well, following recommended portion sizes, exercising and keeping active help women and future generations to be healthy.